Ruy Lopez opening, Morphy defense, exchange, Gligoric variation, 6.d4x47.nx d4c58.ne2. Balanced. Neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. That was an incredible middle game by both players. Both players had incredible precision in the end game. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn, since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. A typical answer is e5, which builds a position in the middle, controls d4, and frees up the queen and bishop on the dark square. The move nf3 advances the knight toward the center, engages the e5 piece in combat, and sets up a castle. nc6 defends the pawn on e5, advances the knight toward the center, and scans the d4 square. The Ruy Lopez opening develops the bishop to immediately attack the knight on c6, the lone defender of the e5 pawn. a6 forces the bishop to decide, exchange or retreat. bxc6 captures the knight and forces doubled c-pawns for black. dxc6 recaptures the piece and allows the light-squared bishop to develop. Black has the bishop pair as compensation for the doubled c-pawns. Castling gets the king out of the center and activates the rook. f6 defends the e5 pawn, but slightly weakens black's kingside and the e6 square. d4 takes space in the center, attacks the e5 pawn and allows the dark-squared bishop to develop. x4 opens up the center and captures the d4 pawn. nx d4 captures the pawn and centralizes the knight where it attacks many important squares. c5 takes space in the center and attacks the knight on d4. ne2 retreats the attacked knight to a central square. It is a fair deal after all captures. Recaptures. By doing this, a bishop moves out of its beginning square and into the action. This develops a knight from its starting square, activating it. Castling gets the king to a safer square, out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Castling to the opposite side of the board as the opponent normally leads to a sharp, attacking game. The rooks can see each other now, allowing them to provide mutual defense. This doubles the rooks onto a single file, which allows them to team up to create threats. Games master. It is the final book action. That's a decent move. That's good. This develops a knight from its starting square, activating it. That's good. What I would have advised is that it is ideal. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. It is best. Backs off. It is ideal. This defends a piece that is being attacked but is not well defended. It is ideal. This mobilizes the knight, allowing it to control more of the board. This threatens to fork pieces. It is best. This is the only move that works. This prevents the opponent from being able to fork pieces. It is a great move. Very precise. It is best. A solid choice. It is excellent. The rooks are linked by this, making it easier for them to work together in the future. It is ideal. That's fine. It is good. This misses an opportunity to develop a rook off its starting square. This permits the opponent to take an outpost with the knight. It is an inaccuracy. This poses a fork piece threat. It is incorrect. This is an equal trade. It is best. Backs off. It is quite good. This misses a chance to advance a rook from its starting square. It is incorrect. This requires an outpost, a square that is currently in play where a pawn cannot push the knight off. That's good. The bishop is now in a secure position. That's good. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. By attacking the enemy knight, this activates a piece while also buying time. It is ideal. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. It is best. This is an equal trade. It is best. Recaptures, from a previous move. This is the start of the endgame and black is equal. It is best. This defends the attacked pawn. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. That's a decent move. That's good. This shifts the bishop to a square with more activity, giving it greater scope. It is quite good. In the endgame, an active king is essential, and removing it from the rear rank is the first step. It is ideal. By moving it from the back rank, this activates the king in the endgame. It is quite good. That is a logical response. It is quite good. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. This defends the pawn that was attacked. It is ideal. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. That's fine. It is good. This is a fair move. It is good. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. That was an incredible middle game by both players. Both players had incredible precision in the endgame.